Yeah, I think particularly on a team where you have a lot of new faces. Obviously, last year's freshman class was 6, 7 deep. This year's class is 9 deep. So between our freshmen and sophomores, we've got 16 or so players. So the three exhibitions, really give us a chance to get to know each other before our actual season begins. We've got a couple at home, one on the road. So we'll experience a road game. Things are a little bit different on the road, obviously travelling and hotels and things. So I think it will prepare us really well for our opener. I think what we generally try to do in our opening games, our non-conference games, is play against some really stiff competition. So last year, we had the North Carolinas and the Dukes. We typically try to get 2 or 3 SEC schools if we can get them on the schedule. And Alabama's a good team, well coached. So yeah, that should set us up nicely to play against those types of teams. You obviously at tournaments you're playing 2 games, close together. The Friday Sunday rotation, which is the way our conference works. So on each of those tournaments we're playing some tough competition. The first one going up, we haven't played Austin Peay. They've done well in their conference the last few years, and obviously South Florida is always a very good game. So that'll be a strong tournament, good teams in it, and then the Troy tournament as well. We're starting to play each other quite regularly now, whether it's in the spring season or in the fall season. So we're developing a little bit of rivalry there as well. Yeah, I mean they're good teams that do well. Typically that either win their conference or come second in their conference. Taking Memphis there, I think they were ranked as highly as fifth a couple of years ago, and they were right in the national reckoning. So that's a strong team. UT Martin are usually winning their conference and going on to the national tournament. Samford does the same, and we've had games against those teams for a number of years. They're high-level games, so again, very good competition, very good preparation. And Furman as well is another real good one. Furman recruits a lot out of the Atlanta area, so there's quite a few Georgia-based players on that team. So many of our players will know their players as well. And the one earlier in the season that we didn't touch on just yet was the Georgia State game, because that's one where we're hoping for a massive crowd. We're also using that as one of our camper reunion nights, so we'll get a lot of our local kids coming out and shouting us on. So we're hoping to get, I think our target number is over 2,500 for that game. So particularly, obviously Memphis has left our conference, so we don't have that in-state rivalry with Mercer, sorry, that we used to have. So now the Georgia State game has taken on a higher importance for us. We want to set the tone against all the Georgia schools, and we played them to a close game last year. We got the result at their home, and we want to do the same thing in front of our fans. Yeah, it changes it. On the front end, we're playing a lot of 2 game weekends. Towards the back end of our conference play, we're playing a couple of single game weekends. I actually quite like that because it means that the team that comes out of the conference is maybe a little more rested than some of the other schools from rival conferences and from conferences that we may play. So the back end of our conference schedule is not quite as congested as it used to be, and not having to play the 2 games on the weekends, it reduces injuries, and I think that's really a good thing for us. It's quite an unusual dynamic on our team at the moment because we've got a very solid core group of seniors that are coming back, and they expect big things. We've got a very talented group that's coming in. We've got a real high level of commitment from the returning players, and we've got excellent leadership in our seniors and really throughout the team. But for this senior group in particular, we want to go out with a bang with this group. I think over the last couple of years we've been close, we've been knocking on the door, but we've put a group together this year where we expect to come out and be able to dominate our conference. So that's what we want to do, and we want to get it started with this senior group. Below the seniors, we only have one junior on our team, and then the rest of the players are freshmen and sophomores. So we've got some very good young leadership coming through in the sophomore class this year. So yeah, we like the way it's looking. It looks very good for the future, but we want that to begin with this particular class in the conference this year.